Hello everyone, myself Gurankit Pal Singh, member of COPS IIT BHU. In this video, we will discuss about time and space complexity. Time complexity is measure of time taken by an algorithm as function of input size. Here, time taken is in terms of number of operations performed by computer. Different notations are used to represent time complexity. Big O notations deal with the worst case, and since we are concerned with worst case performance, we will discuss about Big O notation. If you are interested to know about other notations, I have included the link in the doc, you can visit it. So first of all, while determining complexity, we assume input size is large. So we ignore the lower degree terms and constants and we focus only on highest degree term. For example, for input size n, let us suppose an algorithm performs 3n cube plus 5n square plus 2n plus 7 operations. Now, as discussed earlier, we will ignore the lower degree terms and we will also ignore the constant coefficient. So its time complexity will be O of n cube. Now depending on the type of algorithm used, we can have various time complexities like O1, O log n, O n. This given graph shows number of operations performed as function of input size for various complexities. For O of 1, it's a straight line. For O of n, it's linear line. This line represents O of n log n. This represents O of n square. This represents O of 2 power n and this represents O of n factorial. Using some examples, we will see how can we determine time complexity of a code. For example, in this code we are using nested for loops. The inner loop iterates from 0 to n minus I minus 1. So it performs n minus I minus 1 operations. The outer loop makes the inner loop run n times. So total operations performed will be n into n minus I minus 1, which is equal to n square minus ni minus n. As discussed earlier, we will consider only the highest degree term and ignore the other terms. So its time complexity will be O of n square. Now let us come to the next code. Here we can see it's a single for loop iterating from 1 to n, thus performing n operations. So its time complexity is O of n. Now let us look at this code. It's basic binary search. For example, we are given a sorted array of n integers and we have to determine if a particular value is present in that array or not. It can be done using binary search. As you can see in the code, in each iteration we are reducing the search space by half. In next iteration the search space would be halved, that is it would be 30. In next operation it would be 15 and then 7 and then 3 and then 1. So in 6 operations we can perform our binary search. So if n is equal to 60, this code will perform 6 operations. Now if we observe carefully, we can see that for given n, it will perform ceil of log n operations. So number of operations performed will be ceil of log n. So its time complexity is O of log n. Now let us look at this code of merge sort. In this part we are dividing the array into two parts and in this part we are iterating from starting to end. So this part will perform at max n operations. And in this, since the array is divided in two parts every time, merge sort function will be called at max log n times. So its complexity will be O of n log n. Now if we want to determine number of divisors of n, we can simply iterate from 1 to square root of n and hence its time complexity is O of root n. Now suppose we want to find sum of n natural numbers. We know there is a simple formula for it. So its time complexity will be O of 1. Most of computer processors and online judges can process 10 power 8 operations per second. So by observing the constraints on input size, we can determine the time complexity of algorithm to be used. For example, if n is of order 10 power 18, O1 or O log n algorithm may be used. For n of order 10 power 10, O root n algorithm can also be used. For n of order 10 power 7, O n algorithms can be used. For n of order 10 power 5, O n root n and n log n square algorithms can also be used. For n of order 5000, O n square algorithms can also be used. Most of the problems have time limit of 1 second or 2 seconds. Now if you have written a code and want to determine how much time it takes, you will have to write these lines. It will start the clock, you will type your code here, it will stop the clock, and this will tell duration. I have typecasted it in microseconds and divided by 1000 so that it shows time in milliseconds. Also, I have used CERR instead of Cout so that it will print time here and not in the output file. Let us see how it works. I have In this the loop runs from I equal to 1 to n where n is 10 power 6 and every time it adds I to the answer. The final answer is printed here and time taken is printed here. Now here's a trick. Many times constraints on problems are around 10 per 5 or 10 per 6 demanding ON or ON log n solution. It is easy to come up with ON square solution but it will give TLE. Suppose you thought of a logic, implemented and submitted but got wrong answer. You then check that implementation is correct. So now there is some problem in logic and you are unable to find why your code fails. What can you do is that you can use this. It is random number generator. You can generate numbers of small inputs and check on both the codes to see the mistake and then make required changes in the logic. I have used this trick many times in running contests successfully. Let us see how it works. First initialize t as number of test cases. Now let us assume n equal to any small number. Now let us assume that the problem involves an integer array and the corresponding answer is a single integer. So first we will declare an array and fill it with random integers. Now this will generate random integers from 0 to 2 power 32. However, if it is mentioned in problem that upper bound to the input integers is like 10 power 6, so you can use modulo. Now here you can run your ON logic and store the corresponding answer in answer 1. And here you can run ON square logic and store the answer in answer 2. Now if answer 1 not equal to answer 2, simply output your integer array. By this you will get the corresponding test case at which your ON logic fails, and then you can make required changes. Now we will discuss about space complexity. Space complexity is measure of memory consumed by an algorithm as function of input size. It is also represented in different notations and we will discuss the big O notation. For example, in this case, space complexity is O of 1. Here it is O of n. Here we have declared a 2D array of n into n integers. Its space complexity is O of n square. Here it's O of n cube. Here the space complexity is O of n log n. In the online judges, memory is measured in megabytes. We should keep in mind that integer data type takes 4 bytes. Long data type, also known as int64t, takes 8 bytes. Short integers take 2 bytes. Character bool and int8t data type takes 1 byte. In platform like Codeforces, usually memory limit is 256 MB, but in most of online judges like CodeChef, memory limit is 50 MB. There is an important thing we should keep in mind that if we declare an array of 10 per 6 integers in the main function, we will get runtime error. As we can see, the code is not compiling. Now if we declare array globally, it gets compiled successfully. There is no such issue with vectors. We can declare them globally. C code is getting compiled. We can also declare them in main function. One last thing, we can measure the time taken and memory consumed on online editors. Like here on custom test of Codeforces, if we run a code, it will show time taken and memory consumed. Like if we run a simple code, here it will show time taken and memory used. I have included the random number generator code which I discussed earlier in the document so that you can directly copy paste it in your boilerplate. Thank you.